Okay, treasurer's office.
You need me up there?
Sure.
Hello.
This is the one that you guys actually originally signed during the investment advisory that I pulled back.
Yes.
So I
Right,
think it's right now. Let's hope.
okay,
It's been a process and a project, let me tell you.
okay.
It's going to be a lot less expensive than meter and other services. So we're back down from 35,000 to 26,000, and I'm looking forward to it. So please sign it.
Okay. And this Red Tree Investment, we're comfortable with this group?
Yes, Chris has known Ryan Nelson, who is the owner, and through the County Treasurers Association meetings for several years.
Mhm.
They're a boutique company, so where Meter is very, very large company. This one, and Meter does a lot of other things besides just government. This one basically focuses on small government, county and state and local government, so that's
Okay.
why he chose it. And I'm looking forward to getting started with them.
Okay, and they are in this business with other counties throughout the state?
Yes, and
Yep.
we spoke with 3 different county treasurers. Chris did, I'm not
Mhm.
sure, I didn't bring him with me this morning, but I was there when he called them on the phone, and they gave just very good recommendations for
Okay.
Mr. Nelson, and I'm also looking forward to having much better reporting process for all of you for investment advisory committee meetings, because we're going to be getting software, which will allow me to track it, whereas Meter, I didn't have any of that, and you relied on that Excel spreadsheet that Chris created in 1997
Okay.
that we're still using. So I'm looking forward to being able to be able to track it daily
Great.
instead of just doing a monthly report, as well as, and we talked about in the budget meeting, is trying to project what interest income will be, and I think that I'm gonna have better tools to do that as well.
Okay, and they'll be simply acting as an advisory role?
Correct. Oh, yeah, the final decision always lies with Chris and myself.
Okay.
Always. He's never gonna give that control to anybody. We're very conservative.
Excuse me,
Hold on, 1 minute, please,
This is
Diane.
important
Yeah,
before this
1 minute,
gets
can I
approved.
finish my conversation first?
Certainly, but
Thank
before
you.
it gets approved,
Yeah,
I would
okay.
appreciate
Okay.
hearing this from you.
Yeah. So, what, I couldn't hear you, what you were saying, Chris was what?
I don't even remember, the final approval will always come down to Chris or myself.
Okay.
We're not going to
Okay.
let somebody else just make investments for us.
So there's no
That's what
trades being done, okay.
Mm-mm, no. And, I remember what I was gonna say, they had already, in the process, asked us how we feel about certain types of investments, because there are certain types of investments that are allowed in the ORC, but
Mhm.
Chris is very, very conservative.
Okay.
So we're not gonna have a lot of commercial paper, we're not gonna have a lot of CDRs, the majority, like 95% of everything is gonna be in treasury notes, because it's very safe.
Okay.
Very conservative.
Very conservative, we're probably the most conservative county in the state.
Yep.
And we're gonna continue to do that, because
Yep.
that's what works.
Yep, 100%, okay. Diane Jones?
All right. Thank you, Diane Jones, Auburn Township. Before this becomes a final agreement, this is paperwork from the Secretary of State, and Kindred Spirits was canceled in June 2019 by the Secretary of State, and Ryan K. Nelson, who was referenced as the statutory agent, has only been statutory agent of that organization, paperwork included, since December of 2018. So he doesn't seem to have a very broad base of familiarity with this particular corporation. And the documentation is there from the Secretary of State's page, available to anybody who would choose to do the search, and the rest is up to you, commissioners, to make a decision.
No, I'm not aware of that. I know that when we did the certification, none of the names on the certification were part of that, but I could check with Chris, because I have no knowledge of that.
This is the findings of recovery from the Secretary of State's office.
Right.
What is that?
This is the findings of recoveries
Okay.
that
But Ryan,
required by
yeah,
Okay.
Ryan's name
auditor's
was not
office.
a part
And
of
this has
that.
been reviewed?
By
Yes.
the auditor.
By the-
Treasurer, I took it to the prosecutor's office, auditor's office reviewed it, this is required by the auditor's office.
Okay.
And they ran both.
And Diane, I guess real quick, what are you saying here with this
I
paperwork?
think I'm saying that anybody who does a search
Mhm.
on the Secretary of State's page, and it is extensive, if you check for the business names, when you do a search under Red Tree, nothing comes up, nothing at all.
Mm.
When you do a search under Kindred Spirits, there is the show that was in business from 2014, and it appears from the paperwork that it was canceled in June of that year. Also online is the information that the previous statutory agent was replaced in December of 2018 by Ryan K. Nelson, and I have no idea who Ryan K. Nelson was, but the point appears to be that it's only a very recent affiliation with Ryan Nelson. And so for me, it raises the question of why was Ryan Nelson given this particular promise of what do you call, affiliation with the treasurer's office when the paperwork appears to demonstrate that there's not a very extensive familiarity on the part of Ryan Nelson with the organization. Just my observation.
Okay. We need a certified CFA. I mean,
I don't know if there's a certification for Ryan,
yeah.
but I know for Red Tree Investment and Kindred Spirits, that name was not on there, because I looked at that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it'd probably be the prudent thing. I mean, is there any type of rush or hurry on getting this signed, and are we gonna miss a deadline or anything here?
It's already been quite a while, I mean, if we need to
Okay.
table it, we can certainly do that.
I mean,
Sure, we can do that. So motion
I
to
don't have a
table.
problem with that.
yeah, I mean, maybe let's get Chris to just
Sure.
double check.
Do more research.
This is being said here and make sure that everything's on the up and up. I mean, it seems to be in here, you know,
I mean, I can only do what.
yeah, right. Right. Okay, why don't we move to table that, and until further discussion, we'll follow up with
Okay.
Chris. Okay?
And, yeah, he's not here today, but.
Well, we'll call him. Yeah, yeah, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll second Ralph's motion to table.
Great.
Commissioner DeWart?